I think we should start this episode off by talking about our $1 million app idea
Oh
and
my
to propel
God.
us into fortune and fame.
I honestly, we were making a joke about like wanting to do this, and like it's such a good idea in my opinion. I'm like, we should really do this. We should like it'd be so fun to create an app. And yeah, I think we should share it for sure.
There are a lot of
Maybe we have
stories of
investors.
people that come from nothing and they just have an app blow up. Like, if you think about it, we could hypothetically be the next Instagram or like
Truly.
Twitter. It's really on the horizon.
And honestly, I think that if anyone could do it, it's us.
Exactly.
If anyone has any blind confidence in anything, that's for sure us. Just go with the flow. But yeah, we have this like amazing app idea, which I think is amazing. It's so dumb, but I'm like, so we've been doing this thing lately, and if you want to describe it, you can. But we've been trying to like be supportive of one another, support one another, because we're both on the same journey of just being consistent on our medication, on our hormones.
Okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
if you've been on hormones for, I would say, more than a year, I feel like the first year, never miss a single one. Like, you are on it because it's new. You're like, I'm at the beginning of my transition. I want to make sure that I'm taking my hormones on time. So that's how I was. I think you were like that as well. Like, we were just super attentive about taking our hormones. But as the years go on and you just start to live more comfortably in yourself and you get busier, there are weeks that go by where you only take your hormones maybe 3 or 4 times. Which is so bad because there's so many things that can happen internally if you're not being consistent with your hormones. So don't do that. But like, life happens, right? So we were thinking of a way to prevent that from happening. And what we have been doing is we've been like texting each other every morning and every night, like, take your hormones, just trying to make each other more accountable for doing that. But what if there was an app that did it for you and reminded you to take your hormones? And that's where we come in and we bring our expertise to bring this to life.
This is our Shark Tank pitch
It
for sure.
is. Yeah.
So it's so funny because obviously, like medication reminder apps are a thing. You have your phone alarm and stuff. And we were just joking. I think you may have said it, but we were just joking about like, what if like you just get random like insults just sent to you, like specifically for like the trans community, like just something that's like just gonna misgender you if you forget to take your pills, if you forget to mark that your pills are taken, because that's what's going to happen, right? If you forget to take your pills, then you're going to look like a man,
Exactly.
and you
Like,
should be told that.
I think you should. Like, imagine you didn't take your hormones for 3 days and then you get a little beep on your phone and it says, don't you have an F on your driver's license? Because right now you look like an M. Like, doesn't that give you motivation to go take your hormones so that you don't give that image? Because it
is
would
that
work for me.
is that dirt on your chin, or are you growing hair?
Because
There's
that'll
just
get me.
so many good things to do. Like I think it could be iconic, community building, like supportive,
Yeah,
and what's the community if not with a little bit of dragging, you know what I mean? Like
exactly.
I think we deserve some insults here and there just to kind of put us back on in our place.
A good
It's
friend
such a
will
funny
always hold you accountable. And that's kind of what the app is. It's that friend telling you, get on it. Like, stop slacking.
like damn, you really paid thousands of dollars for hair removal and you forgot to take your pill for a day? How
Exactly.
embarrassing.
You got
Damn.
FFS. Well, your face is going to reconstruct itself if you stop taking your hormone.
Oh my god. It's so funny. I feel like there's a market, I think.
I
And
think
like
so.
honestly, I've been like dreaming about it. Like not dreaming, but like when you're about to go to sleep or maybe you wake up in the middle of the night and your mind's racing and you're just like thinking about it. And you're like, well, this is sort of a bit, but like what if it's not? Like what if this could be a thing where it can be like cute and like supportive and like it drags you a little bit, but then you go on and then you have like resources to like help you. And I say that's an iconic idea. So
I don't know if you do this. I personally do this thing in my head where, like, for example, a couple years ago, I was fully convinced that one day I would win the lottery. So I would like think of everything that I would do when I won the lottery, acting like it's like going to be my reality at some point in the future. And I thought about that for this app. I was like, well, in a couple years, once our app takes off, like I can just buy a nice mansion. Like I'm thinking of all the things that I'm going to do. So
I feel like it's such an us thing for like this to
I
actually
was going to say that.
happen, where we just accidentally because of a bit can get
Yeah.
like successful and famous and rich just off of this amazing app idea.
Hmm. That is something that we do a lot. We will run with it until it can't be run anymore.
Until we're
Until there's a new obsession.
on right until we're on a Spotify panel in front of people that we should not be in front of. It's like, when does the bit end? The bit
Exactly.
doesn't end.
We're
We're
still in
just
the bit.
always yeah, we're still here. That's so funny. If anyone knows how to do app development and want to like get into contact with me, I feel like it could be a fun idea.
I
There could be
think
some
so.
workshopping.
Yeah. I feel like we're serious, but also not serious at the same time. But if the opportunity presented itself, why not?
I can make
Yeah.
some time. I'll clear up my calendar.
Flappy Bird was iconic. It only lasted for what, a couple months, but we could still have that impact.
There's I don't know if you remember an old app like way back in the day, like in the beginning of iPhones, called I'd Cap That. It like you would just upload an image and it would give a random
Oh
caption
yeah,
on the
I
image.
remember that.
Yeah, that was made by Cody Ko, who eventually
Oh my
would become
god.
Cody Ko. Yeah, he was
Okay.
an engineer, or like a computer engineer or
I
something, and
see.
like in school he made it and it like blew up, and people found out later that he did that,
Okay, well, we
which
don't
is
have that sort of
crazy.
education or background, but doesn't mean someone else can't help us.
I mean, but we have ambition. We
We
have
have ambition, and we
ideas.
also have gender studies degrees, and with that, you can do
Exactly.
anything.
Exactly. I think it'd be so cute. Like I was thinking, I don't want to give out all of my details, but I was thinking, how cute would it be? You go in the app, it's like primary function is like a nice reminder tool that like plays jokes with you. Maybe some days it's supportive, but I think it's funny the idea of it just being mean. And it could be for like the gays, the theys, the girlies. Like I feel like it could be a great like reminder tool even for like women who are just like taking their birth control. Um, and like, how cute would it be to have like a little community tab where you can like get like little prompts every day asking you something, and then you can respond, and then you can build like a little community on there of like your fellow
Wait,
like
that's
you
so
know
cute.
you know what I mean? Like it could
Yeah,
be like something that's like actually positive and like have resource lists and places that like maybe are friendly and just like an all-in-one thing that like ultimately at the end of the day it's just there to insult you to make sure you remember to take your pills.
I love that. We do. We're still workshopping a name, I think. I
Yeah.
don't think that's been decided yet, but if we figure it out, we'll let everyone know.
Yeah, I'll be thinking about it.
Yeah.
But any app developers, reach out. This isn't $1 million idea, $1 billion idea.
And within the next couple months, if an app like this comes out, it probably wasn't us. And that's on copyright.
Oh my god, literally, and especially with rapid onset gender dysphoria, we will be making money. We will be filled with that dough. So honestly, yeah, if you do see it on the market, that was our idea. That was
Mhm.
us. So lawyers will be contacting.
Exactly. Wouldn't that be so iconic if we got rich and just like distributed hormones to everyone that doesn't have access to them? Like the fairy
Honestly,
hormone
that
godmothers.
that would be so amazing to have some sort of, obviously there's like a bunch of legality stuff that goes into that, and maybe we can't
We can't just
like
give people
just give out
hormones. I
hormones,
thought we could,
but like give people like easier access to get it and like help people
yeah.
with funding and stuff like that.
Hmm.
That would be iconic. I feel
So
like
true.
if Girlish becomes anything, that would be the best thing it can be. But Yeah.
That's our future. This is just
That's
the
our future.
beginning.
I agree. So yeah, I will be looking into building out apps. I built out a little game before.
You did. You
Maybe
have
I can. Yeah,
experience.
maybe I can do this. We'll see.
Hmm.
When I'm done with school, when I have time, I think that'd be a fun idea. But yeah, so I guess with that being said, how we missed last week. I want to talk about that.
We
I
did miss
think
last week,
that
but you were having
I went
fun. So
I went to a wedding and I got so fucking drunk at that wedding. The wedding ended at 9 p.m. and I got so fucked up. And like it's just so embarrassing because I'm not like one to drink. Like I don't know, like for some reason for me drinking is like really difficult. I don't know what it is. Like I just don't like it. I don't know. But like lately I've just been having like too much fun. Like I've been anytime I go out now I've been having a drink and it's becoming like I'm becoming more used to it and I've been having more fun. And at this wedding, I told myself I'm gonna let loose. Like I look good, I feel good. I'm gonna let loose. And so it's a good friend of ours' wedding. So I trust everyone that's there and everyone that's around. And they said you have to drink as much as you can because the wedding ends at 9. Just get drunk, and that is what I did. So like 3 glasses of wine, a glass of champagne, a mixed drink later, I am on that dance floor
period. I
and I
just want to
am going.
say you looked so good. The dress, like literally
Thanks.
everything, it was like perfect. You looked amazing.
I
And
appreciate
I
it.
know you were fucking up
I
that dance floor. I can feel it.
yeah. Me just like bopping. Literally, my legs were so sore because I mean, like when you're at a wedding and like it's just like a live band, like there's not like like how are you supposed to dance? You're just like bopping. So my legs were so sore from just bopping. But genuinely though, it was like so fun, and I felt so good. I was so happy with like my dress, the way that I looked, and like everything. I was just I've never felt so pretty before. So I was like really wanting to like make it a night. And then we ended up going to a gay club in Orlando after that because the night couldn't end. It was such a high. And then it just became like a fun time. It was a lesbian night at I want to shout out the club because it was so fun. Um,
It looked really fun.
Orlando Club. It is called Southern Craft. Southern Nights or something. I think it's yeah, Southern Nights is the name of the club, and it was iconic. So shout out to Southern Nights because I had so much fun.
Period. It looked fun from the videos that I saw. It looked like you guys were having a great time.
They were it was because it was lesbian night. They had like I don't know if they would be like classified as like burlesque dancers. They were just like women dancing. It's funny because in a gay club you expect it to be drag, and there was a drag performance. There was a Rue girl in there. What's her name? She's in Rolaska Talks. What's I forget her
Roxy
Roxy
Andrews.
Andrews. Yes, she was in it. She was there because that's her club that she
Nice.
hosts that.
Yeah.
So she was there. We saw her for a second, but then they had like this like these women like dancing and just like having fun, and a few of our friends had like lap dances, and it was like such a fun time. And I always feel good at a gay bar. Like there's you never like leave a gay bar feeling sad.
True. We still
I feel
haven't
like
gone to a gay bar together. We need to go next time you come.
I it's the best time going, and I feel like we would have so much fun if I went and we went together.
Because last time we decided to go to Saddle Ranch because
Oh my
we wanted
god.
to see celebrities, which we did. But
Hmm.
that's like the straightest bar that you could go to.
Every YouTuber was there, I think, that
Yeah,
existed in the whole world.
actually. Like they were just doing one big collab at the same time.
It was crazy the fact that we it was like 1 a.m. like 12:30 1 a.m. by the time I think we got there. And there was literally like everyone's like probably canceled at this point.
I think so. None
Um
of them are really
no,
still because it was like most of the vlog squad, and we know what happened with that.
right, JC
So
Kalen, we know what happened to him recently. I don't know if you saw
I
that.
did.
Yeah.
Um,
Jason Ash on TikTok Live.
yeah, he's grinding.
He is a working man.
Oh my
Get you a
god.
man that works.
That's funny though. I will say, I know you don't drink often, but something about being a lightweight or someone that doesn't drink a lot is beneficial to you, I feel like. Because we went out to dinner on Thursday just to get ramen. Like, it wasn't really that serious. And I had one drink, one little cocktail. I was loopy the entire night off of one drink. So I had to spend $8 just to have a great time. Like, I don't have to drink eight drinks to get to that level. So I feel like it's a blessing to not be a drinker or have like a lower tolerance, because it's just like you don't have to do much to get there.
It reminds me of whenever you were in Gainesville and we hadn't eaten all day. I think you had Annie Ann's, I think, in the
I
airport.
had three
And I
pork
think I
bellies.
had like yeah, and I think I had like M&Ms and then we got drinks at dinner and it was like one drink. We were like halfway done. I don't even think we finished our drinks. And like I literally felt so like just whoopy.
Yeah,
Like I just felt like it was a lot and but it was
that
a
did
good time.
happen.
So
And then we decided to walk 5 miles back to the hotel instead of just getting a fucking Uber.
why do I do that?
It was fun though. I love walking.
It was fun.
That's I've
Yeah.
said it before. I When you come or when we see each other, I love that we just walk. Like, that's what we do.
Mhm. It's so silly, but it's just like I think the best. And Emily and I like love this so much. When we go to a city, the best way to just like fall in love with it is just to walk it.
Hmm.
And Florida is such a non-walkable place. So when you get into those little niches or like little areas that you can walk, like we always try and just like I love it and experience it because yeah, there's definitely not really a walkable city anywhere near us. Gainesville downtown is like really nice. And we were staying really close to where we had dinner. So, but yeah, I do love that we're just like constant walkers.
It's the
I'm gonna be one of those old ladies in the mall, just like doing the power walking when I get
My grandma was one of those
older.
old ladies.
Oh, really?
She would go to the mall like literally multiple times a week to walk, and then she would bring me Cinnabon.
Oh,
Yeah, that was like my
that's cute.
favorite memory of my grandma. Like, she was one of those aerobics, like, Asian grandmas that just go in the mall and just walk around.
I honestly I love that for them because it's like a nice vibe. There's air
Yeah,
conditioning, and then you're just around like shopping if you want to shop.
and then you're
That's
like,
really
oh,
sweet.
I did my 5 miles. Time to go to buy some makeup. Like, that's fun. That's my idea of
Yeah.
fun.
But that yeah, I will say though, I've been I don't know what it is, but I'm maybe it was like the wedding or maybe just recently like Valentine's Day happened and I've been trying to like just be more like be comfortable drinking more because I don't know what it is with me. I get like scared of it and everything for some weird reason. But like I've been like letting loose a little more lately and I've been like genuinely having fun. So yeah, I'm really like wanting to go visit and I want to just have a really good night because I think it'd be fun.
I'm so down. Anytime you come, I literally tell you guys to come visit every week. So
I know.
anytime you come,
Maybe soon. Maybe soon. I get paid once a month. What kind of shit is that?
I don't,
Can you
I
imagine just
can't do
getting like
that.
one big check once a month? It's like I spend it the second day
No, I
that
can't
I
do that.
have it, and then I'm broke for the rest of the month.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. I need like to be able to plan out what I'm going to do. Because like at the beginning of the
Mm.
month, I know I don't really spend any money because I have to pay for rent and everything else. And then a couple weeks later when my next check comes, I'm like, "Oh, this is my fun check because I'm going to get paid again by the time I have to pay rent. So I can have fun with this one." So if I only got paid once a month, we would get evicted very quickly because I wouldn't know what to do.
And that's sort of like what's been happening where I mean this will be my second paycheck. So this is actually my first big paycheck where I'm getting like a lot of money, which is like nice, but then like I can already see like I have to pay off all my debts from the previous month, and then I'm left with nothing, and then I have to wait a whole month before I can pay off the debts from this month. So then it like becomes this like cycle that's like really hard to catch up on. But I just have to learn how to like budget my money, and I'm doing like yeah, it's this role that I love. I love this job so much, and I'm so happy. But yeah, I just like yeah that part is like the one stressful part. Which yeah, it's fine. I'll get used to it. I think.
I think you will. And if you like the job, I think you'll be able to manage because it's still like relatively the same in the same range as you were making before, right? So it's not like you get less money. It's just it all comes at once and you have to kind of navigate that. But I think you can do it.
Yeah. So that yeah, I think I'll be fine. It'll work out in the end. But we'll see. I really want to go visit though, so be expecting me soon because it's definitely something that I've been
I'm
wanting to do.
waiting.
But I don't know. Do you ever feel like whenever you like go out and like have a nice night where you dress up, or even maybe you go to a wedding and you dress up, that you just have this like surge of energy afterwards where you're like, I want to do this all the time. Like I want to feel this good all the time, feel like this hot all the time. And I think that's sort of like what happened with me because I feel like I've allowed myself to get in this like comfortable realm of like of just feeling comfortable and like not like going out of my comfort zone to like really express myself in like the way that I want to. And so like I work from home and I kind of live at home. And I do everything in this house. So when I go out, it's like really nice to just like dress up and like feel pretty and like kind of get in that like spirit again of like I want to like feel a part of the world, I guess.
Yeah, I get that. I feel, especially after the pandemic or within like the last couple of years, I've kind of tried to make it an effort to not get super dressed up every time I go out. But if I'm running errands, I like to put on like a comfortable but cute outfit, or like maybe style my hair a little bit just because it makes it so much more enjoyable to go out when you feel like confident in what you look like that day. So that's why I love running errands because I like to just get dressed and go run my little errands and have my me time. And that also translates to going out because obviously when you go out, especially at night, you tend to put a little bit more effort onto what you look like for whatever reason. So I definitely think dressing up or at least putting in some sort of effort will affect how you feel once you go out.
Yeah, I it's funny, I don't know if you like lately I've been going through this like identity crisis with my clothes. And this happens. I cycle through this like experience of I'll look at my closet and I go, "Okay, I haven't really shopped in a long time and I hate everything in my closet." But like I don't want to buy the same type of things. I want to like look different. I want to like, like feel different. And so I'll go through this identity crisis of like, "Okay, what kind of clothes do I want now?" And I think I'm sort of in this like this this thing right now where it's like, oh, what do I want to wear? What do I want to look like? How do I want to express myself? So yeah, it's been interesting trying to think about it and like find my sort of my new rhythm of like the kind of clothes I want to wear.
Mhm. I feel that.
It's hard being 27 and like not like looking at clothes and being like, is this too young for me? Am I just thinking I'm older than I already am? Or is 27 like, you know what I mean? Like that my head is like, is there something that like kids in high school are wearing that I shouldn't be wearing? And I like kind of
Yeah,
get in that like mindset of
I
like,
do too.
yeah,
It's kind of hard to
it's
figure it
rough.
out because we have to accept the fact that we're not the young people anymore.
I
We're kind of like in the
know.
middle. Like still younger obviously, but not like the young, hip, trendy generation that's actually influencing like the current trends. So, yeah, it's like that's cute, but on them, like am I supposed to wear that? And that's for me like how I've kind of learned how to style myself better is like thinking about what works best for my body type versus what the trend is. Because you could go on TikTok and see a girl wearing like a pair of pants and everyone's like, "Oh my god, like those pants are so good. Like send me the link, send me the link." But it's not really the pants that they're looking at. It's the girl's body and how it fits on her and it's not going to look like that on everybody. So I think that's what I had to look at that made it easier for me. It's like, Okay, well, that's cute on her, but she's built completely different than me. So I can't buy that. I mean, you could,
Yeah.
but like, I don't think it's going to give the same effect because
I
I don't have that.
It's always those TikTok ads that you see like where you're like looking at like fashion and stuff, and like you said, like everything looks so good on them, and then you'll get it and you're like, "Oh, yeah, this
Yeah. They're
doesn't
like, look at
work for
how good
me."
my butt looks. But you have to have a butt in the beginning for that to work that way. So if you don't, like, you're like,
Right.
oh, well, fuck me then. Like, I guess I'll return them.
What were those famous pants that like they like I forget what brand it was, but it was like a funny trend on TikTok where people bought them and like they gave you like the
Where
flattest
are they
ass.
jeans?
Yeah, I think so. It was like weird pants.
Are they the
I
barrel
forget what they
jeans
were
from
called.
Free People?
They,
They're,
maybe,
they're like,
but
so they're jeans, but they're like straight. And then when it gets to like your thigh or something, it balloons out. Is that what you're talking about?
I
Or is
think
that something different?
I think so. Maybe I'll have to find it and send it to you.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been trying. So this is my like my thing, and I don't recommend this, but for me it just like works for like I don't want to like recommend this, and maybe I shouldn't say it. So I've been like looking more into like cheaper clothing brands, not like Shein or anything, but like I found a cheap clothing brand years ago from like an Instagram ad. So like I've been like shopping on there, and it's very much fast fashion, and I know that, and I'm not recommending doing it. But for me, I think it's the easiest way to like play around finding cheaper clothes for me, and then seeing if I like that style, then investing in something more like that in the future. So that's sort of like my mentality right now, is like finding cheaper clothes, seeing like is this how I like is this sort of the route that I want to take in my like wardrobe, and then I'm gonna try and branch out and like find clothing that like are like high quality that like works for that. I don't know. Is that bad to say?
No. I mean,
Yeah. I don't,
I get I get it. I really do get it.
yeah.
Because you're not going to spend $128 on a tank top if you don't know if that particular silhouette of tank top looks good on you, right? So it's like research, technically.
Exactly. And like I'll like treat like this shirt. I just bought this shirt. It's an aloe just tank top. I spent $80 on it for a fucking tank top, and I did it. And you know, like it's like a big part of my paycheck. And I'll do stuff like that. Like I'll like invest in like good clothing. But sometimes if it's especially if it's like, oh, I really like how this thing looks on someone else. I want to see how it looks on me. Maybe I'll find a cheaper alternative. And knowing that it's not going to be the best quality and seeing it and then ultimately deciding, okay, maybe I want to get the expensive version of it. But yeah, I don't know. Clothes.
Yeah, I get it. Speaking of money, I have a new obsession. I think I don't know if I've told you this. I think I
What?
have. I've showed you something. My new obsession is Legos.
I love this. I was just watching
Specifically,
Lego Masters before we jumped on.
the botanical collection.
Oh, she's
Wait,
pretty.
there's more.
I love that your desk is just Legos. Or Lego, sorry.
It's only the
That's so
botanical
cute.
collection. And if I find another collection that's as cute, but like, I love plants. This just adds so much character because,
And you built it.
and I built it with my hands. I built it with these nails.
Wow. Honestly, that's kind of like impressive
That's the
to have
epitome
nails
of
and like
femininity is building flower Legos with press-on nails.
with press on
That I
nails.
found.
I need to just do what you do. I need to learn how to do the press ons.
There is a reason I
And learn
brought up
how to like,
Legos though, because
yes, what is it?
okay, so when I was younger, I was never a Lego child. I was always intimidated by them because I didn't know that when you buy a box of Legos, it comes with like an instruction manual that literally tells you how to put things together, right? It my head, for some reason I thought anyone that played with Legos was just like a master architect. Like they got the bag and they just built a spaceship out of memory. So I was like, I don't know how to do that, so I'm never going to play with Legos. And I know a lot of people obviously make their own things, like out of bricks or whatever. But for the most part, people are working off of an instruction manual. And I told Russell that I was like, I didn't know they came with instructions. Like, I literally just thought all these 5-year-olds were just building all of these things out of their own imagination. And that's why I never liked Legos growing up because I was scared to use them. And now I'm almost 30 and I like Legos again.
Is it? I'm with you on that too. My brother played with Legos, but I never did because I specifically remember a time he built this like um what is it called, Ferris wheel, and I was like, he's too good at that. Like he's good at building. I'm not a builder. I could never do that. And like yeah, like you don't put it like two together. Like they tell you how to do it,
Yeah,
like with very easy instructions of like where to put it
it's
at.
very
Sometimes
simple.
they're a little confusing, but but yeah, it is crazy. Like I built a few things, just like really like cheap, like kids like cars. I built them recently because like it was like a Secret Santa, and I was like, wow, this is so fun. But I know what you mean though. It like
It's so
was I feel like they were kind of an intimidating toy as a kid.
yeah. Russell got me the orchid for Valentine's Day, and when I got it, I was like, it's so cute, but I don't know if I can do this. Like, I don't know if I can build this. Like, I don't have that sort of creativity. And I opened the box, and there's a fucking booklet in there that tells me exactly what pieces go on top of what. And I was like, it changed me. I genuinely did not know they came with instructions.
Are you gonna be on Lego Masters now? Is
Yeah,
that what I'm hearing?
but I have to bring my instruction booklet with me so I can recreate everything because I can't build it off of my own brain.
Wait, we can be the first, like we can be the training duo on Lego Masters. So we should both get really good at
I agree.
it. That's so funny. But yeah, it's crazy though when I do see people that just like build things just off bricks that they just own. Like I know you can just buy like the bricks and then people like build like crazy things. And so like on Lego Masters and stuff. And like how do you just have that eye for design? Like the episode I just watched, they built a whole rug out of
That's
Legos.
crazy.
It's
Wait,
like with like intricate like detail.
a rug.
A rug.
Wouldn't
Like
that
so
hurt?
the challenge, yeah, the challenge was you have to like get something from this room, and then we're gonna get a random person in, and they're gonna look and they're gonna pick all the things that they think are made out of Lego from the room. So you have to make it like a
Um,
1-to-1 scale with the original thing.
yeah,
So these people picked the biggest thing, which was this giant rug, and they didn't finish in time. They had to make it smaller, so it wasn't a 1-to-1 scale, but they did it so good, and the design on it was really cool. And I'm just like, how do you do that? How can you? Like, how does your brain work like that?
yeah. I was not gifted with the creativity or the eye for the creative touch. I just don't have it. So I'm just gonna stick
Are you
to
gonna?
my instructions.
Are you gonna buy more Legos with the botanical set?
Yeah, so on Thursday we went to the mall specifically so I could buy the succulent collection.
Oh,
But
have
there's
you started?
also yeah, I finished this
Oh,
one. It's
cute.
like part of the succulent collection. I built it all
Oh,
last
I love
night.
it.
Um, but there's like a whole botanical collection. So there's two different versions of a bouquet. There's like cherry blossom things. There's a bonsai tree. So anything that's like plant related, I'm gonna get because I can't keep real plants alive. So why not get Lego versions of them instead of like artificial plants? I just think they're so much funner.
Yeah, I I always like those. It's crazy too. I've seen like this bonsai from the botanical set, and like the bonsai leaves are made from like little frogs. And like I don't know if you've seen that
Oh,
one, but they're like there's like this one. It's I think it's I'm pretty sure it's bonsai. There's like it's like pink leaves and they're little pink frogs. So like Lego is finding ways to like recycle like reuse some of its like
that's so
other
cool.
bricks and like integrate it into these botanicals. So it still has that like I don't know homage to like other Lego pieces and sets and it still feels Lego but still like has the illusion of this like beautiful botanical piece.
That's really
And
cool.
I yeah, I love it. I think it's so fun to do. And do you feel like, are you the kind of person where you close your eyes and you think of an apple? Where do you like, how do you see an apple? Do you see it as like, do you not see any apple in your head when you think of an apple, or can you see it like in perfect detail, or is it just like black and white, fuzzy?
I think of school, like elementary school. You know, apples are like the symbol of education. I feel like in America, I don't
Yeah,
know, for
yeah.
me, like a good red apple with a one singular green leaf coming off of the stem. That is my
Mhm.
quintessential picture of an apple.
Do you feel like you see it clearly?
I
I'm
do.
sending you a picture.
Yeah.
I'm sending you a picture on in
But it's like
your text.
it's a red apple on a brown desk. That's where I see the apple. That's what I'm
Okay,
thinking of.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Here, let me send this image to you. So you would say that you're a 1 on this scale. I just texted it to you.
Okay, let me see.
You should get it.
Wait, is this some kind of psychological thing?
I mean,
I'm
sort
a
of. It's
two.
just
I'm a
seeing
two.
you're a 2.
Yes. It's like it
Okay,
was drawn.
I'm like a 3 or a 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you just
When I
think of
think
like the silhouette or
That's yeah, so that's why I think it's really hard for me to like draw or like think of art in that way, because I in my head I can't envision like the details. Like I'll like this water bottle, if I were to draw this water bottle without like having to like keep looking at it, I literally, it would just be like like very basic shapes and probably not even right. Like all the details and stuff of everything, I just, my brain can't function. It's
I
just,
see.
so I guess that trend is like, it's like a visualization exercise, and it's like how do people, like how do they see like in their brain, and like I think it's kind of like testing people's ability to like understand. So I feel like you could do good on Lego Masters. I feel like you have a good understanding of like, if you have to build something out, I feel like you would have a good understanding in your head of like those details.
Maybe I'm really good at putting things together that already exist, like using my resources to make something. But if I have to completely draw it on my own or design it on my own, it's hard for me. I guess.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that is like a skill too, of having to be able to like to do that.
So you
But
can't
yeah,
draw.
I find, no, not,
Okay.
I couldn't even draw like a like anything. Like the most basic, like if you tell me to draw a cat, I cannot. Like it looks so bad. And I get so embarrassed if I'm ever like painting with friends or doing like a fun activity, because I have objectively the worst. It looks like a literal child made it. Like a
Same.
child, it looks, never mind, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say something like
Not
not
you making fun
kind
of
of funny, but
children
like
like they're stupid.
no, yeah. But like it literally feels like literally someone that had was blindfolded drew like
Okay.
it,
I think
like
I know where
genuinely,
you
like
were potentially gonna go with.
I was not gonna make any joke. No, that's what I meant. No, no, I don't know what you're
I
talking
have
about.
a funny story about drawing though when I was younger. So there was a period where I was obsessed with like manga, not like reading it, but drawing it. And I don't know if you've ever gone to like a bookstore where they have like the drawing books. And then it comes with like this clear like paper. So like when you put the paper onto the page that you're supposed to be drawing, you can see through it. So you can like outline, like what it looks like to practice, to get you to learn how to practice drawing better basically. But what I personally did was that I put the entire like see-through page onto the page that I was supposed to draw and just outlined it. And I would go up to my parents after I did that and I would say, guys, like, look what I drew. Like pretending I drew that whole scene from memory. And my parents would take it and put it on the fridge or like hang it on the wall because they thought I was like some childhood art prodigy. But I was literally just
That's
retracing
crazy.
things through see-through paper.
That, do you think they knew, or they really thought you were like
I
actually
mean,
drawing it?
I'm sure they were like, why is this like? see-through paper. Why isn't it just white paper? Like, why would you do that?
Right.
So maybe, but I fully was trying to pass it off as if I literally drew that whole thing from my own brain.
That's and I feel like honestly though, I feel like that's what a lot of art is. I've been seeing like I got an iPad and I wanted to get better at art, so that's why I got an iPad. I ended up selling the iPad for my headphones to get my headphones because I was like, yeah, the art isn't for me. But I was practicing, and a lot of times you practice by tracing. So I was able to build like these, like draw these beautiful things. I was so proud of it, and the whole thing was just traced. But I was like, yeah, look at me. I'm so talented. Yeah, I feel like
I mean,
I wonder if I can
tracing
find
things
it.
is a form of art because you have to follow the lines. So
Exactly. In school, oh my god, this is a great question. In school, when you had a coloring book, how did you color? Did you like because there was people that like got the crayon and they would go around the outline really dark with the crayon and then they would lightly highlight the like color the inside. So it always looked so
that was
good
me.
because it was like that was you. I fucking and I copied that person because I it
No,
was so good.
the
I was like
reason,
they're
yeah,
amazing.
the reason I did that is because I copied someone else. But
Yeah,
if it was
exactly.
completely up to me, I wouldn't know how to do that. But I saw some bitch in my class too. I was like, she is an artist. Like that is the next like artist of our generation.
I was gonna say Mozart, but no.
That's right. Wait, Mozart is
Wait,
music.
yeah, Mozart's music, I
The
think,
next
right?
Picasso.
Picasso, Van Gogh. Yeah, but that's so funny. I've been watching TikToks where people are like, like, what does your handwriting look like and who did you steal it from? Because I guess that's a thing where
That is
people are
so true
like,
too. Oh my
yeah,
god. There was a girl in my fifth grade class named Dakota, and she drew A's, like the you know how when you draw it like that, and then it has like a little thingy,
yeah,
like a
like the standard
yeah, like a
like
standard
text
text
A.
A.
Yeah,
I stole that. That was my personality through middle school. It was because of her. So thank you, Dakota.
that's so funny.
I stole that from
That's
you.
I did the thing with J's and and um
James?
yeah, so J's like I always like have the thing on the top of it. And then for what is it? There's something. Oh, sevens. I always mark the sevens through like a
Oh, like a
line through it.
line.
So the J's always have like a little thing on top of it.
I see. There was also a period of my life where I only wrote in caps.
That is so funny, and that explains our text messages to one another
That's why we scream at each other
because
like nonstop
that's
all
all
the
we were
time.
literally. Yeah,
But it was never like I would handwrite in all caps, but whenever I texted people, it would be in all lowercase. I don't know what
did you
that
ever
means.
do the? Did you ever do the hearts over the eyes?
No.
Yeah. I thought it was cute, but then I thought people would think I was gay. And that's so sad. Isn't that so sad?
Yeah,
Where
unfortunately.
you like,
It's kind of
imagine like
it's
being
true
7
they
years
would
old.
have, but it is
Yeah, for sure. Of being 7 years old and then being afraid of having certain handwriting. How
Would you
sad.
ever like when you were signing your name on a piece of paper, would you ever write someone else's name in like different handwriting and pretend like you were someone else and then erase it?
No. No, I did not.
Okay, never mind. We can move on. We don't have
That's so
to
funny. Wait,
unpack
no,
it.
I want to
We
hear
don't have to
that.
unpack
Is
that.
that
It's okay.
was that like a was that do you want to unpack
I
that?
think looking back, that was like trans me trying to reach its way out. It was like, oh, let me pretend like I have girly handwriting and write a girl's name and pretend like that's me. And then quickly erase it because I knew that was like not who I was. But looking back,
Yeah.
maybe that was a sign.
I used to have it was I'm trying to think of a way to say this without being like weird, but I mean it wasn't really like that. But I feel like when I was younger, I feel like a lot of my family they would always be like, you have a crush on this girl," because I'd be so enamored by like a classmate of mine,
Yeah.
And like it's so funny looking back because it was just pure like infatuation with the idea of like that's who I want to be. And like it is
Same.
really sad like thinking about like how you're just like at a young age like there's like this like already these stereotypes being put on you. It's like furthest from the truth of like truly like looking at someone and being like, yeah, I really wish that I could be you. And so yeah, that was definitely an experience. I didn't write my name as their name. No shade though.
It sounds like I'm
I
being
feel it.
judged, but it's okay. Just kidding.
I'm
I
joking.
did
No,
do
no,
that
no.
though. Like, I feel like it was common. I probably still is to ask when you're in school, like, oh, who do you have a crush on? Like, your family would say that. And I would respond. But the person that I named wasn't actually my crush. It was like, I wanted to become them. It was like whoever I
Mhm.
was the most obsessed with, whoever dressed the coolest or looked the coolest to me, that's who I had a crush on. But like, it literally wasn't a crush. It was like, literally want to become you and live as you.
Yeah. It makes me so sad. I'm gonna start like crying. Wow, so sad. No, but not. Yeah, I remember specifically a time where it was like, oh my god, my family was like weird, and like I resent my family a lot for how weird they were with just like making me uncomfortable always. Like my experiences were always the awkward experiences I had shouldn't have been as awkward as they were. My family just like exacerbated like the way that I felt about everything I did. So it always like made me super uncomfortable. But like I remember a specific time, there was like a class photo. And I remember I was on my like home computer and I remember I was like maybe third grade. And like I zoomed in on like the computer on like one of like the girls in the class and I was just like looking at it because I just thought like I was just like wanted to be her. Like genuinely I was just like infatuated and it was nothing like more than that but I remember and I think I left the computer and it was zoomed in or a family member walked in and saw it and then it became this huge deal in my house and it was like this like it was like I was in trouble but at the same time they're like making fun of me and then it became like I don't know it just made me feel so weird and I felt like ever since then I had such a weird relationship with just like understanding my gender identity, my sexuality, and understanding like how everything works because like that was just like awful. I resent my family so much.
Yeah.
Wow, how did we get here?
I don't know why we always make it back to childhood somehow. I think it was
Yeah,
Legos. I think it might have been my fault. I brought us down
no,
this
that's
path.
okay. I love a good Lego.
Same.
Have you heard of like evidently there's like Lego politics where it's not Legos with an S. If you're talking about like a lot of like Lego bricks, it's not Legos because the brand is called Lego. It's only one like no S. You cannot say the S.
So like horse. Wait, do you say horses? Or it's just horse? Okay. Never mind.
Multiple
Um
horses are horses, yeah.
deer? Like deer.
Like moose, you mean? Like it's not mooses, it would be moose.
Yeah. Isn't it like
Yeah,
deer
multiple
too?
moose.
Or do you say deers?
There's no, you say
Am I
deers. Deers is
stupid?
you can
Why
yeah,
why am I getting everything wrong? Like
are like goose or goose is geese. But I think
wait,
moose
I
is
feel
one.
like if
Yeah,
you see a
multiple
bunch of deer,
moose
you're
are
like,
moose.
oh look at that, look at those deer. Not look at those deers. Is it deers?
I think deers can be wait, hold
This is
on.
so
Can
embarrassing.
what is it? Deer
Deer
what is when you
plural.
add an s? Plural,
Deer
yeah.
plural. It's deer.
Oh yeah, you're right. Wow.
Oh my god, you had me going crazy. I was like, there's no way I got two wrong.
I gaslit you. I
You
gaslit
did
you.
gaslight me. It's okay though.
Sorry. The same as with moose,
Yeah,
I
I
know
get
that.
it.
And meese.
Then I need to stop
No.
saying Legos because I'm a new member of the community and I can't let them
Yeah,
get mad at me. So I
exactly.
apologize. Sorry guys.
It's so funny. I was editing a short clip of us the other day for TikTok, and it was the point where you were being sarcastic, talking about how every trans person should have their own ID, and
Yeah.
you were joking.
I was
You
fully
were
joking.
like you were fully joking. And like in that moment, I did not know you were joking. And like I didn't. I thought it was a funny clip, and I knew I was gonna clip it, but I had it full in like thought that you just didn't. You weren't joking. You're being completely serious. And it wasn't until I was watching it back, I had to get Emily to look at the video, and I'm like, "Is she joking? Like I cannot tell." And then I texted you, and you're like, "Duh, I'm joking." And I was like, "Why? Why can I not tell? It's either you're so good at sarcasm, or maybe I just can't pick up on sarcasm." Because I'm like,
That is
"Wait,
so
what?"
funny. Were you
Yeah.
thinking like, why did she say that? Like, what a weirdo.
No, I just thought it was funny, the idea of like just like saying that and not like knowing the context
Yeah,
of like what you're saying. I thought
yeah.
like that was funny. And so I really wanted to clip it because I'm like, that's just really funny. And then yeah, the fact that like you were obviously joking, like that was the joke. And then it just to me made it even funnier because I'm like, I'm so dumb that I literally thought you were being serious.
To set the record
I wonder
straight,
how
no, I don't think that that should be a thing.
we put it on Instagram. I was worried that sometimes our videos go down like this, like crazy. Like Instagram just feeds it to like the wrong people, and then I was worried that that specific one was going to be like fed down like
They
a
probably would have been
weird.
like, yeah, that's right. Like, should they?
But but it wasn't. I don't know. I need other people to watch that clip and tell me. Can you tell that you're joking? Because I really struggled. Maybe you're good at sarcasm. I don't know.
I do
Maybe
speak, like, going back to rolling with the bit, like, I will speak about something that's completely outrageous in the most normal tone as if it's normal. So maybe it's a combination of both, but I do that. Like, I will say the most outrageous thing in a serious tone just for fun.
I I also tested really high on the Am I Autistic quiz, so it could be that too.
It could be. But you know what?
I
We're all
hate
on the
that.
spectrum. That's why it's called the spectrum, right?
That's true,
So
yeah. If I had health insurance, I would love to know. So maybe at some point, maybe I can get that tested. But that's so funny. Oh my god. But I was like struggling. I just did not know. How did we get here?
I don't know.
That's so funny.
I mean, that's pretty much almost the entire hour. So, and on that note, one of us might be a little autistic, and you know what? That's okay. That was the point of this whole episode.
and And honestly, I was worried about judgment, but I'm very happy that I mean, maybe you are judging me, and I just can't pick up on
You
the
know what's kind of
sarcasm.
messed up is that I did take an autism quiz test a couple months ago, and I scored relatively low. And I went to Russell, and I was like, "Look," because he always tells me that he thinks it's possible that I could be on this, not like in a mean way, but he thinks I could potentially be on the spectrum from the things that I do. And I was like, "Look, I'm not autistic." And he didn't believe me. He was like, "We need to redo the test because that doesn't seem like," he wants to make sure that I'm answering correctly and not lying about it, because he genuinely thinks that I'm further along on the spectrum than I tested, which
it
I don't know if that's like an insult or like, what does that say?
it is like genuinely a spectrum. Like I know, like I hope that no one thinks we're like joking around about this because, um, I like did a lot of extensive research. I guess to be more serious about like just about like autism and stuff, and I feel like it's very underdiagnosed, especially in women, and I could see it being a thing where like a lot of trans people too may not even realize that because of just the masking gender identity in the first place could have just like maybe hidden signs. So I've done some research on that. I read like a few books on it because I was really interested because I did the quiz and that's literally my results because I just feel like specifically I don't know if your social anxiety was like high. I think that was high on your spectrum, but the social anxiety aspect was like so high on mine and like the fidgeting too. Yeah. So
Love that.
It's been an hour. How is it an hour?
That's just what happens when you have two talented people that know how to speak and discuss the most relevant topics that are currently going on in the world. So,
Oh, it's a thunderstorm outside. Yeah.
to answer your question,
So that's it. There's a few more things I wanted to talk about, but we can save it for like next episode because we were talking recently about how about like posting old photos and stuff, and I think it'd be interesting to like have an
oh yeah,
episode where we kind of like talk about that
yeah,
because I retroactively went back on our Instagram and I've been removing a lot of like old posts where we show like before and afters of us. I've just been like archiving them because I'm sort of getting in this mindset that I feel like in general I just don't want to share them anymore. And you sort of said you feel the same,
yeah.
so I would love to talk about that.
I think so too. Maybe next week we can have an actual topic of like substance. Actually, no.
I know.
We discussed a lot of things with substance today. So,
Yeah, I'm defending this episode because it kind of felt a little like crazy, but I love it. And I love when it's just like
I do
so
too.
like not like on the rails. Like I love for us to just be silly and like just talk about anything
It's always nice
and
to
or
break it out.
nothing for an hour.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
do talk about some very serious things and sometimes we just need to talk about Lego,
We
not
need
horror.
a Lego update. Next time
Okay.
we have
It's
like an
expensive.
episode, you need to show
So,
us. It is really
maybe like in a
expensive.
few weeks, a few episodes, I'll have a new set to build. But this bitch just was like $50. Like I spent $55 on toy succulents. So
Yeah, but they're beautiful
they
and they
are
add
beautiful.
to your home.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah. All right. I guess with that being said, we'll end this episode and then we'll continue talking about Drag Race. Catch up on Drag Race. Have you
Yeah.
seen Friday's episode?
Yes, yes, yes. I have a lot of
Okay.
things
I'm
to
very
say, kind of.
Oh yeah, you did. We talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I guess with that being said, we'll do a little plug of our Patreon. If you guys want to support us on Patreon, we have one. It's been really great. Because of the support of our patron users, we're able to even have the show functioning and running. Every month, the place that we record on, it costs like it's a lot of money a month. But because of our patron supporters, we're able to record, and it's been really helpful and amazing. And we're just like super thankful for our community there. So I want to give a shout out to Nicole. I think Nicole, yeah, is part of the patron tier for the shout out at the end of the episode. So thanks, Nicole.
Hi, Nicole. We love you,
Um,
girl.
and hi, we love you. But yeah, with that being said, thanks for all the support and follow us everywhere, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.